Hey, what's up, guys? Sam here, and I'll be doing the free video for Tuesday, December 27th, 2022. So, first day of the shortened week is in the books, and not really much has changed. So, I believe I did the Friday video with you guys right before the holiday break, and I would probably go back and watch that because not really much has changed here one day into the new trading week. The parameters that we set forth on the Friday video of last week still remain. There's a couple of levels here that I'll share with you that I think are very important and that you should know. But really, it is very, very heavy to the downside here. And there is a way out for the bulls, but they haven't shown any capacity to actually do anything with it. So the level here, the linchpin levels that I'm going to give you, there's 3 of them, and these are based on long-term Fibonacci levels. You can get the same levels if you run a Fibonacci retracement from the COVID low to the COVID highs. So the 618, which is very important, is 380. The 50% is 349. And the 32.8 or 30 the lower Fibonacci is 318. So and these are all going to be on SPY. Now we happen to be very close to this one, right? The 618 retracement, which is going to be your support level through here. The problem is, yes, you do have a support level here. Yes, it is currently holding. Yes, they do have a little bit of a trap here, but when they have no ability to create any lift, then it doesn't really pressure the shorts to do anything, right? Because again, the more you test the level, the more likely it is to break. So if they're not able to get any lift off of this, the more times that 380 is tested, the more it will break. If you look at the structure here, this is all bearish and has been bearish. And it's incomplete bearish, meaning that you started getting sell signals and you haven't actually done anything to turn that. So just looking at the absolute setup here, everything here would be bearish. If you look at the weekly chart, everything is bearish. So how can you get out of this? Well, step 1, there's really only one way out. There's no way to gracefully grind your way up. There just isn't. Not from this spot. The technical damage is too high. So they have to hold 380 on a closing basis. They have to then get a foothold above 385. That's going to be a minor battle at 385. And then that's kind of like the foothold in order to have the big battle at 390. If they're able to get it back above 390, then that restabilizes the structure. And then you can start to look at this more as like an actual trap with potential to the upside, but they have to get it above 390. And again, that's the big battle, 390, mini battle, if you will, 385. One thing I do want to point out to you guys that I think is interesting that I forgot to mention in the premium video, but I'll give it to you guys on the YouTubes. So so we're in a bear market, right? Right. You could tell anytime you're under a 200, I would consider that being in a bear market. So we're in a bear market. Bear markets are typically categorized or identified by 3 counter trend rallies before the final, let's call it cathartic puke. So the cathartic puke would basically look like that. Right? Now, the markets have avoided doing that. They have had these moments where they've certainly free fallen. Right? But keep in mind the number 3. 1 counter trend rally, 2 counter trend rally, 3 counter trend rally. If this does start to trigger short, meaning that you break 380, you come back down and trigger 366, and then you come back all the way to that 349 level that I gave you, which is the lows, as well as a major Fibonacci level. That then really sets the stage for that cathartic puke, right? So the idea here that we can continue to have these big counter trend rallies, I think is over. I think at this point it's either put up or shut up. And in the event that this is a third counter trend rally, which would be perfect. I mean, you have to look at it that way until proven otherwise. You have the lower highs, the lower lows. There's no really other way to look at it. You know, a new low would bring you somewhere in there. Then if this is the third counter trend rally, which I subscribe to, and it fails, which we have yet to see, but that is the probability, that then opens up the door for a gigantic flush market-wide next year. And it would continue to be led by tech. So if you look at things like Tesla, absolutely destroyed today, down another $14, down another dollar after hours. You have things like Apple that are dancing around 130, which is a major level for itself. So the driver for this lower is likely going to be something having to do with Apple or tech into the new year. So be aware of that dynamic. If it starts to roll downhill, you don't want to get in front of it. Think the word or the phrase cathartic puke certainly would make sense, and you would have to play it only to the short side for that, because the three counter trend rallies, like we just looked at there on SPY, are complete. So only one of two things can happen at this point. Either A, that was the bottom, we'll start to rebuild and go higher from here. Very low probability, but it is a probability. Second probability, we've had the three counter trend rallies. This is the beginning deconstruction of the third, and then once the support levels break, the levy opens, and we start 2023 with a big old bang to the downside. So that's a little bit more for a later time and date to guide your trading for the rest of the week. 380, 385, 390 are the levels that the bulls need to retake. Below 380, the bulls are on their back foot, and personally, I would only be able to short the market below 380. All right, guys, that's my time. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you for the next video. Cheers. Hey, traders. This is Sam with Simpler Trading. I want to thank you for watching today's video. Hopefully, you found the information in it helpful. If you did, leave us a like, leave us a comment. It really does help us out with the algorithm. And if you want to see us trade live with our own real money and be part of the community, come and check us out at simplertrading.com.